Hey, hey, I picked this up in mailbag 75-ish. I'm voicing this over because once I looked at it, it has a very interesting charged chip, and I will be doing up a schematic and calculating out what the battery actually outputs. And now back to the pre-recorded, which I had to change. Oh well. But it does turn on, and if you're using it for cleaning, you want to remove that end of it so you get maximum flow. But, one other thing, eventually this is going to get plugged. And what I suspect I'll be doing is just cutting slits into it and then wrapping paper towel around it, and use the paper towel as the filter. But let's take a look at what's inside here. Okay, 4 screws. And I'll put in the corner what I paid for this. Oh, that's 2 of them. Hey, they came out easy. Sometimes things don't come apart easy. Get these 2. I'm not going to say this is going to work out perfectly. Very rarely does for me. Okay. Okay, that looks straightforward. Yep. 5 holes, 5 screws. What's holding you together? Oh, very little by the looks of it. There we go. So we just got a standard DC high-speed motor there. Here, let's just... Yep. Nice little rotational fan in there. Now let's see. Well, there's not much to this thing. It's basically, okay, there's a charge board here. The battery says 600 milliamp. Okay. Learn to read upside down. 600 milliamp hour. 2.22 watt hour. 3.7 volt. And they've soldered these on. Yep. Actually, that battery's warm. I'm just going to turn this on. Okay, that's why I felt. Because it's just sucking in here and blowing into this whole thing. When I've got the button pushed, I'd actually feel a lot of air coming out this way. Not an issue, of course, because you're just trying to fill up the container in here. I'm going to grab my camera. Oh, that's kind of interesting. You can see the numbers there. That battery heated up pretty quick. So I'm just going to turn this on for a little bit. And, okay, that might actually pop out. Wow. Okay, the center there is 32. That there is 75 degrees on the end, and you can hear this battery's already draining down. It wasn't fully charged, but right now I'm reading a high of 79 degrees on the end of the DC motor, whereas the battery's sitting at 36, and my bench is at about 20 degrees centigrade. Hey, don't need to be rolling away. So boy, that does heat up in there quite a bit. This is pretty cool in here, but you can just feel right in this area. So let's take a look at the board. Oops. I better not push that button while it's sitting out. So it totally detaches. There's no screws holding it in. It's just a friction fit. What I'm going to do is do up a schematic of this circuit. You can actually see the printing on the charge chip. It's an LR4054. This should be actually fairly simple, but it will take me a few minutes. And what I'll also do is I'll discharge the battery completely and then recharge it. So this is actually going to take a bit of time, but that way you can get an idea of what the actual capacity of the battery is. This looks like it's one of those cases where having the housing around everything's probably keeping it cooler. As I noted earlier, there's a fair amount of air flowing out around the button there. So this battery heated up to almost 60 degrees C. But with the fan going, well, the sucker, it probably would actually be keeping this much cooler. The motor, though, has dropped down to 50 degrees. It actually got up to 80 degrees centigrade. But that, of course, is with almost no airflow around it. So I guess I probably should put the housing on this if I'm going to do testing like that. You just notice your females have all moved on. Okay, let's try this again with the schematic. The reason I'm saying again is because this here didn't have enough draw to keep this one alive, and it turned off during the charging. Oh well. But here's the schematic for it. This is really simple and pretty nice little design. I'm just going to cover up that for a moment. In the corner, I'll put the typical application for this chip, the LR4054. It's designed to charge one lithium-ion battery. So you got your 5 volts coming in. It comes down to one of these little resistors here, which then goes to the 2 LEDs, number 2 and number 3. Number 2 is red. Hey, it's red over there. And it's connected up to the charge port. Now it's green. The one beside it's green. So when this is charging, what happens is it pulls this to ground basically. So since the red has a lower forward voltage than the green, all the current goes through here, lights up the red, and it's happy. Then when it's fully charged, the battery, this basically goes either high impedance or up to VCC. Either way, it knocks this one out. No current flowing through this, and the current now, what little current there is, flows through here and lights up this LED. Not a bad design to save a total of 1 resistor from the typical application. This 2K resistor is for the programming, and it sets up it's either the voltage or the current or something. I'm going to be pulling up the data sheet in the corner there at that time. So when it's charging up to 3.7. Once it's finished charging, we've already covered that. You've now disconnected the USB. And when you push the button here, yes, push the button, and that connects up the battery. The lithium ion is directly connected across the motor, and almost all the current flows there. There's a tiny trickle through the 1K resistor to LED number 1. That's how simple it is. The charging on this is supposed to be about 1/10 C. Now, you're going to have to trust me on this because this thing's had time to cool off. But essentially, that LR4054 got up to about 30 degrees. You can't even see it now. It says about 21, it's room temperature. And the battery at no point actually warmed up, not like when it was discharging. This here, it says 8066 for milliamp hour. And let me just check my other number. My other number was 7468. Oh, okay, that was the start number. I not totally rely on this one. The other one's crawled off and hidden somewhere. But okay, that actually is 600 milliamp hours. Oops, guess I should put that there. And the battery, once I disconnect it from here, 600 milliamp hours. Oops, just in case it didn't focus. So actually, I guess maybe this thing is actually working fine. So yeah. Hey, the battery actually rated for what it's supposed to be? Let's get into the spec sheet. I'm waffling. So here's the spec sheet for it. Let's see. Let's get over here. Since it charges at 1/10 of C, this thing's not going to heat up when charging, which is kind of nice. It's also got a 2.9 volt trickle charge threshold. This data sheet is actually very good because it goes into a lot of the stuff for it. And they also didn't stick any copyright things on it. So they probably want people to use their product. So there's some, okay, I had an A something in none of these numbers. So there must be a tiny bit more info out there on these. Okay, standard application circuit, and they didn't follow it. They just ignored this resistor and stuck that right to there and took it to ground and relied on the forward voltage only. Cute. There's the pinout, the charge, pulled active low, ground, battery, VCC, program, and on that board they snuck one of the traces underneath here and over to pin 1. Let's see. They get into the definitions here, and that N-channel MOSFET switch. So that's okay. It's high impedance. It's not VCC. So when it's charged, it goes up to high impedance, and that cuts out the red LED. I'm starting to really mutter. Okay, there. They talk about using a capacitor, and these guys didn't stick a capacitor in there. Then we just get into parameters, the maximum ratings and all of that. Let's see. Okay, well, the hottest that chip got was around 32 degrees. Not talking about the battery. I'm just talking about the IC. So it was well within its parameters. And okay, you can freeze frame if you wish. And that was not a copyright infringement on a music group or song. Okay, there's more specs. Some more specs. Okay, programming. I gotta quit pointing at the screen. Okay, programming 10K, pre-charge. Nah, this was set at 2K. Okay, typical application. So that's what they're setting it at by using that 2K. Okay, maybe I should stop talking and you just look at it. So that's internal. Ha, as if you're going to get me to stop talking, unless you mute it. Okay, there's a bit more. I'm just going to click, click. Okay, figure 7, is that up there or down below? Oh, 5, there's a charge profile. Okay. Oh, okay, there's a spreadsheet for the charging. Well, can't complain about not getting all the information you might want to use and might not want to know. Oh yeah, here it comes. And here's the different ways you can set it up too. I'm almost done. Hey, and did you like that deer? That was one dumb buck. I trimmed the tree, so I put it out. It's a cherry tree, and they just love those leaves. Buck's just chomping away, and the other 3 does just wandered off. And then later, when the buck realized, wait, where did those does go? The buck went in the wrong direction. Okay, that's it. Video done. Bye. Have a good one.